Yo, what's up? It's your boy RC. What's going on? I just thought I'd get back on this real quick, you know what I'm saying, and drop my 2 cents. A lot has been happening in the boxing community. A lot has been going on. And I've been front row seat listening to a lot of my brothers, especially on the LDBC, doing their thing. And meantime, I've been nursing and getting myself well and healed because I got injured, you know what I'm saying, at work. But man, I see that this fight was negotiated on a live stream. And it started with Fred, you know what I'm saying, from Barbershop's Conversation. And I got to say, he's been working on it a long time. And to see it to come to fruition, it's a really good thing. But the fight isn't done. It isn't signed yet. Because the reports I'm getting is that the Haney's, you know, Devin Haney, who is the current lightweight champion, WBC champion at 135 pounds, challenged Gary Russell Jr. by offering him the 1.5 that Terrence Crawford didn't take. Because, you know, Gary been going beast mode out here on bully mode, trying to get Crawford in the ring, and talking about going through a few weight classes to fight Crawford. And he called Crawford out because they've been in the squabble. They got some real beef going on ever since Gary told a story about what happened back in the Olympics and him breaking Terrence's jaw. Now, Terrence came on and made some vile threats to Gary, and Gary, he challenged him. Like, man, you know what? Let's take it to the ring. Let's get this shit cracking. You talking about you want to break my neck and all this shit. He like, man, let's just square off in the ring then. And Gary wasn't clout chasing on that. I believe Gary. I believe Gary wanted to get in that dude's ass. Wanted to get in Bud's ass. If you don't know who Bud Terrence Crawford is, he is one of the champions holding the belt at the WBO belt at 147 pounds. He's with Top Rank. Now, Gary Russell Jr., been hounding Bud Terrence Crawford, and he's been disrespecting him in the most disrespectful way. I mean, he's been coming at Terrence's head left and right and showing no back down. He's like, for real, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. And I believe Mr. Gary Russell Jr. want to get in that ass. I do believe that. I believe he do. You know what I'm saying? I believe he do. I believe that Gary Russell Jr. is sincere about cracking Bud's behind. Now, it didn't happen, of course. Meantime, Bud was trying to pursue the fight with Kell Brook. That's what they say. And he gave Kell Brook a lowball-ass offer of 1.5, which Kell Brook turned down. He's like, man, I ain't fighting. I'm worth more than that. I'm not going to be stepping out there for no 1.5. You know what I'm saying? Because, I think that realistically, Kell Brook was probably looking for at least $3 million. You know what I'm saying? Because the man, he knows what his value and what he's at and what he's worth. So, I think that's the minimum he would have took is $3 million. But nevertheless, Gary Russell came in and peeped his head in and said, hey, Slim, I'll take that 1.5 to beat your ass. That's what Gary Russell said. And that's how Devin Haney jumped in the mix. Because he heard and saw that Gary Russell Jr. was willing to fight Terrence Bud Crawford for 1.5 million. Devin Haney said, look, cuz, hey, I got 1.5 million for your ass. Come fight me. You know what I'm saying? And Gary Russell Jr. response was, man, look, man, you know what? That was personal. But for you, it's business. nigga, I'm gonna need another 0.5 on that. Make it a solid 2, and I'll come beat your ass. And that's when Devin Haney came out with a video and said the new way of ducking is pricing yourself out of a fight. You know what I'm saying? So then Mr. Gary Russell Jr., he saw that video and came back, since you talking all this shit, I'm going to come and fight you for the 1.5. Okay? Then Bill Haney okay, he put the contract together. He wanted to put in the contract some stipulations. He wanted some things in the contract, that Gary didn't want. He wanted some options in the contract that Gary didn't want in there. Because Bill said, look, after we beat your ass, if we beat your ass, Mr. Gary Russell, why don't you come on over here to the Devin Haney promotion, you know what I'm saying, DHP, and fight on our banner for a couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? If you lose. And Gary, there's people hell no, we ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I smell setup. I go over there and fight, y'all fight him, and y'all the zone judges are biased, and they gonna get him to fight regardless after I beat his ass. I'm not gonna go over there and get myself set up like that. And so the back and forth went on and on about that option that Bill Haney want in the contract. And it got very heated, you know what I'm saying, on the live stream. And then these guys finally came to an agreement. Bill said, okay, we're going to agree to Gary Russell's terms. He finally went on ahead and agreed to Gary Russell's terms of no options to come over here and fight if you lose thing, that type of shit. Only the rematch clause is probably in that contract to fight Devin Haney. And they got the deal basically done over the internet with LDBC, you know what I'm saying, with these guys. At the time it actually was getting done, I'm going to say it was getting done during the time Fanon was on there. But then it went on. By the time it got to 78 Sports TV, it was getting done there too. See what I'm saying? It was complete, and it kind of wrapped up at that point. And but it started with Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Got to give the props out to the big dog that started it. Now at this point in time, it being what is the day's date? It being the 9th of September. Gary got the contract. Bill Haney sent the contract over with all his stipulations, with all the terms that Gary wanted. I have yet to hear that the contract has been signed. I don't know why it's taking so long, but if you got what you wanted and you get your money, okay, I'm at a loss of words right now. What's taking so long to sign the contract and so you can set the fight date up? What's taking so long? I mean, I'm thinking that maybe they're trying to push the date too far back. Maybe they're trying to push it to December. And I don't think Devin Haney want to wait till no motherfucking December. You got October, November, December. That's damn near 4 months away. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's 3 months and 3 weeks away. I don't think Devin Haney want to wait that long. I think Devin want to get something cracking probably November. You know what I'm saying? He want to get something probably cracking then or cracking at the end of November or something. Who knows? But I know he don't want to wait till December. Maybe they want to get something cracking. Yeah, maybe November they want to get it cracking. But if it ends up being in December, hey, so be it. I want to see the fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. But I still beg to differ and ask the question, what's taking Mr. Gary Russell so long to sign the damn contract? Sign the contract, Gary. Let's go. That's going to be a great fight. I look forward to seeing you versus Devin Haney. And as much as I like both of y'all as fighters, I'm going to honestly be honest with you. I'm leaning towards Devin Haney winning this fight. As the youngster has shown some things, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen, and he's well schooled, and he's very versatile. But I wouldn't be surprised if you did win, Gary. If Gary won, I wouldn't be surprised if he won. Because Gary got the skill set, and he got the experience. So the only thing that's against Devin Haney in this fight is the fact that Gary got a lot of experience. And he can do some things. I agree with Gary Russell, you know, on the night he fought Loma. He wasn't at his best, you know what I'm saying? And he made an excuse talking about he was dehydrated. But to a certain extent, I really believe that, because I'm used to seeing Gary do better than what he did when he fought Loma. And I noticed one thing. Loma don't want to give Mr. Gary Russell no fucking rematch. And I wonder why is that. I mean, if you that confident in your skills, you feel like you really beat him, you know. But I understand why Loma don't want to give Gary no fucking rematch. Because he know it ain't going to be the same outcome. It wouldn't have been the same outcome. And this is why Lomachenko stays away from Gary Russell. Frampton spooked like a motherfucking ghost, as white as he is. And so is Leo Santa Cruz. All them guys have ran away. Admiral Maraz, they all have stayed away from Mr. Gary Russell Jr. They don't want no parts of this dude, man. Because they know that Gary Russell Jr. getting that ass. They know this. So, when you look at it from that perspective, I don't see nobody else called him out. Only ones that called him out and dared to fight him was Jojo Diaz. And they called some dude that was calling King Tut or something. Whatever, I forget his name. But... and he showed, he did put up a good fight, but he got his ass beat, man. Gary beat that motherfucker ass. And he beat JoJo's ass. He beat their ass thoroughly. So this fight here is the big fight. I want to see Gary Russell Jr. versus Devin Haney. I think it's going to be off the chain. And, man, I'm going to be front row seat. Definitely paying to see that fight. And I'll keep y'all posted. As soon as this contract is signed and delivered, I will post another video and let you know. This is your boy from RC Boxing 411 coming at you again with another one. Too long and too many times. I know it's been far and few between, but I'm going to get back consistent on the real. Another boxing news. I don't know if y'all seen the fights I'll release those videos. I did them, but I you know, they so messed up now. I mean, they're not messed up, but I'm just going to upload them videos so y'all can get those reports on the box report I did. Other than that, y'all be smooth, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.